Hey everybody, welcome to Just Angie. My name is Angie Murenga and you're watching Just Angie, and we're having a conversation on all things governance with Cathy Kamau, and we're going to just continue where we were talking about the citizen.
Right. So this citizen who has gone and complained, they have murmured nothing sits right. So the Kenyans are always complaining that the roads are not done. Like now it's raining or it's flooding. And then when you go on top of that, now you take it a notch and get into bringing down the leader.
Yes.
And remember that the leader has been given to you. Whether you like him or not is not the issue. In this season, that is the leader that is executing God's purposes.
Yep.
Now, what you need to be praying about is that the execution of that purpose is not a disciplinary one.
Yes.
That God's giving you that leader in grace.
Yes.
And with a lot of love, not as a punishment for things done, like for the Israelites and Babylon.
Yes.
So my challenge to my fellow Kenyans is, there is so much good about us.
There is.
Let me even start just by our ethnic communities. You cannot trade the intellectual capacity of one community against the entrepreneurial one of the other, or the work ethic of the third, because
or the creativity of another
one. When you bring them together, it becomes like a bit of a pie.
Yeah, it's a big melting pot of color and boldness, vitality, strength.
And each of them has a different characteristic. When you're baking the cake, the egg does not look anything like the flour. The sugar's close, but it's more crystalline. But when you put them together and you blend and you throw them in the oven, what comes out, even the smell, right from a mile away, you're thinking, the bread that Tuskys makes is amazing.
I love their bread.
Yes. So that's what we are as a country. So can we just stop with the noise already? And now, even as a challenge to the leaders who are first and foremost citizens, they need to stop and ask themselves a question. When a leader stands up and says something about somebody else and even gets into their lineage and their family, what exactly are they saying about themselves as a citizen? That person has no self-respect. So imagine that your children...
Has no business being a leader.
So your children are listening to you calling somebody else's parent something or other. What is it that you're teaching them? So further down the line, there will be no distinction between you, the parent, and another parent. So it will come back to bite you.
It will.
So in terms of citizenship, what I'm saying is we need to take a step back and pray for our leaders, submit to them, pay your taxes, pay your taxes, pay your taxes, pay your taxes. I know the challenge is what the taxes are going to do. Let God sort that one out. Better still, if you are the one who has a passion for putting things straight, just get courage. Just step up and make your little space where it is. There is one guy at NSSF, that's pensions, who would get in and do his work in the counters. He was the only one doing his work expeditiously.
On time.
And time.
Be there.
So the old men and women coming for their pensions would sit on the waiting area.
Wait for him.
And then they start telling each other, that's the one you go to. If you're called by the other one, don't go to that one.
Wow.
Why?
They've already seen his diligence, seen his leadership, seen his citizenship, seen his service. Wow.
So it is not enough to say that because somebody else is doing the wrong thing, you can also get...
You should also do the wrong thing.
Please, it stops here.
In my space.
In my space. Let me stand for something that I can be judged for, and I will pass that exam. The second thing is this idea of somebody from outside will come to help me.
There's nothing like
Somebody said in a WhatsApp group the other day that I was in, that we need to have an NGO. An NGO needs to come and teach us about our civil rights.
But we have our rights. What do you mean?
Rights.
No.
Because of the KNH
there
issue.
There were no NGOs before, and we were doing very well as a nation.
If it is
communities, villages, we were operating.
If it is bubbling
good governance
in you enough,
you take it up.
You don't need to have an NGO coming in.
You take it up.
Imagine, Pastor Angie, you can actually just stop and ask yourself, how can I make a difference? I was listening to the story of Doris Mayoli with Twa, and she was saying that her pain was in going out to the village and finding that there are people who have no idea that they're even carrying cancer.
And have no idea, no finances
they have no finances
for healing.
even after they've discovered. And so she could only identify she can help one.
That's all she did.
That's all she
She
did.
went to find that one person.
And she helped that.
Yes.
So this NGO that is doing human rights awareness, please, if you are the one with the call in your belly, pick it up and start one household at a time. Start with your grandmother. She will share the message in the village.
And that's what I was telling you. This nation used to operate
Yes.
on good governance.
Yes.
Right down to the village level,
Right.
without all the drama that we're in right now.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
The community would look after each other. They knew how to govern each other, how to correct what was not wrong, how to take up a project together. So it's in us. Inherently, it's in us. We just need to practice it. There was even a very encouraging story I heard about, I think it's Ongata Rongai, a friend of mine called Liza, and with some sort of association, and how they've streamlined the neighborhood, streamlined the matatus, streamlined the roads, the building, they've put together. Remember, we used to have Karangata, which is a very strong one.
Yeah.
But even that Ongata one looks like it's a very strong body of governance.
Yes.
There's nobody who is benefiting from it except themselves,
Yes.
the citizens of where you live. So even coming together, some of us even, we are even, and I'm also guilty of this. The place where you live,
Yes.
there's even an association. You never go.
You never go for the
complain.
meetings.
Never. You never go for the
Yes.
meetings,
Yeah.
but you complain. So there's even in that small area, you can bring governance and bring things into order for that community.
Absolutely.
And if we keep doing this in little pockets, then we're going to find that the nation is going to be governed, because one of the prophetic words for this season was we have to be able to govern, but we have to be governable
Ourselves.
Yes, so it's not just looking out. We have to be able to be governed,
Yes.
but we also have to be able to govern. But the two go together.
Yes.
So you cannot be ungovernable and expect to govern.
Exactly.
Something is wrong with that statement and that picture.
Yes.
So we begin to govern, to rule and to reign where we are, with the communities that we have, the churches that we have, the temples that we have, the mosques that we have, whatever. Let there be good governance there. Let there be good governance in your home. Let there be good governance in your family. Let there be good governance in your organization. And slowly, slowly, all these pieces are going to come together. Because like your analogy of the cake, if I put all those ingredients there, the flour is there, the sugar is there, they just look all disjointed. But when I bring them all together,
Yes.
it forms something beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to be as Kenyans, yeah?
Yes.
Form something beautiful. And there's a conversation we're having, and you were saying I was telling you how these videos are for posterity. These videos, the best thing about these videos, it's not about the number of likes now and the number of views now.
Yes.
No. These are going to be around
For a
forever.
while.
So even our great grandchildren will be able to look and see, this is my lineage. This is how Shosho Cathy looked. This is how Shosho Angie looked.
Yes.
Oh, this is what they stood for. This is what they spoke. And we don't know, because things go on in lineages and generations, whether they'll also be leaders,
Yes.
and whether they'll be saying, I draw strength from that. So that's why we also do the videos, is because this is for posterity.
Right.
These are lifelong lessons. These are not lessons for today. These are timeless lessons on how we can become better people and have a better country, and not look for people to solve our problems. The solutions are ours.
They're ours.
As a matter of fact, I find the most clever people are the ones who come and say, the solutions are you. You guys come up with the solutions, because we know ourselves.
Yes.
We know what's ailing us. We know what works for us.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's what we need to do in terms of good governance. Yeah? Wow.
So to bring it back now, full circle, you asked me when we started what I liked about my country. So I love the diversity and each characteristic of the egg, the sugar, the flour, the cinnamon, all of that makes the cake that is Kenya. I am certain that there are things we can borrow. There are journeys we do not have to walk, because other societies have already walked them. And by and large, those are usually structural. So when we are asking, how do we build cities, and this is in practical application, how do we build cities that have good drains? It boils back to governance, but also there are lessons in the practical applicability of it without having to take a shortcut.
Yes.
Or saying probably our biggest challenge as Kenyans is our weather. Because the minute it stops raining now...
But it's our most beautiful weather.
Yes.
We have the most beautiful weather.
But we are so laid back. Why? Because when it stops raining, the sun will come out. The water will evaporate.
Yes.
We will forget we were flooding here.
But you see, we should have been collecting that water,
Exactly.
number one, you know, so that we
Now
can use
you're
it in the
getting
future
it.
now. You see, I'm always saying there's
Yes.
a place like in Kenya, it always floods every, we go through the same process.
Exactly.
Where is the solution
Thank you.
to what is taking place? So we have our own solutions, and we need to get into those solutions.
And that's where the creativity comes in.
Yes.
Where we are saying that in the West or in the global North, because of snow and the extremes of temperature that they get, they have managed to figure out something that works for them. But they cannot bring it here.
No.
Because our dynamic here is
It's
different.
different.
So that's the place that calls for solutions that come from us. And then we have technology to help us out.
And you were saying, although I will stop and then we'll continue later, but you were saying that technology has really progressed, but the systems of politics and governance have not progressed at the same rate.
At the same pace, yes. At the same pace.
But maybe it's because of who we are, so we pick and choose what to want. You know, technology works for us.
Exactly.
You know, they used to wonder why, like now sometimes, okay, but they said why, they've tried M-Pesa in other countries, but it hasn't worked.
Yes.
But I was even laughing one day because I was telling them, it's because you don't understand Kenyans.
Yes.
Kenyans like convenience.
Yes.
How is it going to make my life easier?
Yeah.
Let's
This
jump
is it.
into it, you know?
Yes.
So maybe for those other communities, they're not into that, is it going to make, so there's a way Kenyans think, yeah? There's a way we are wired. So that's why that will work here.
Yes.
Because we like things to be easier, and as long as they are easier, we'll pick it up. So maybe that's why we've taken up technology, and this politics thing
is a bit slow.
Yeah, but we're not very sure.
Yes.
We're not very sure about it. So maybe that's why we're not very, very concerned. And then we're always sold a lie.
Yes.
Okay, good. I've really enjoyed the conversations, but let's end it there, and then we'll continue in the next video. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I am. I'm really loving these conversations with Cathy. It's like having coffee and catching up with an old friend. And I'm very happy about how passionate she is about governance. So God bless you. You're watching Just Angie. Bye.